What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the Otaku Room with me. Yep, you know it. It's me, Dom, from the Otaku Room, guys. Today we're talking about episode number 12 of So I'm a Spider, So What? This episode was deemed My Battle Has Only Just Begun, and oh my god, this anime, guys, has considered and just done something just so important this episode. And, what it really did was just teach a life lesson to Kumiko herself, but it has done something really important for the isekai genre. It's, you have somebody who was isekai'd or was, reincarnated into this foreign world, and her whole time that she's been in this world, like, she has been fighting, clawing, teething, eating, just doing everything that she can to survive. And that's one of the things that the anime has done so well to really hit on that note. And it really has hit home. And I think during this episode, it hit home even more because you had the protagonist and you had the main character of the show go through that same arch and that same feeling during the episode, to where she's really realizing herself that this is what I'm feeling like. I've come to this point. I'm facing off against the final boss, and she's just having all of these feelings of like, I can't believe I got here. I have done nothing but survive since the moment I was born into this world. And she came to this realization because the whole episode was really focused on her fight between her and Araba, and I'll touch on that one second. But when the fight between Araba was complete, she had these feelings of, why wasn't Araba, losing his crap at the end? Because when the fight was over, Araba looked her dead in the eyes, and I don't want to say was satisfied, but like he was, in a way, like content with his end coming at the hands of Kumoko. And a lot of people, like, you might see that as like, that was his honor or that was his pride, because he seemed like a very prideful dragon. And the way she saw it at that time was, I have done nothing but kick and scream to survive. And here you are looking me in the eyes, content with knowing that I'm ending your life. And she just couldn't understand that, right? Now, looking at it outside in, you can sympathize with him saying that, like, hey, he, during this fight, had done, like, in his mind, probably everything, that he could do. And he's realizing that, yeah, she bested me. I'm okay with this, and I can sympathize with that, knowing that, like, hey, like, there was just nothing else that you could do. And it's kind of like respecting the person who challenged you in a way. But she just couldn't wrap her head around that. And it's definitely going to carry with her forever, that lesson, that life lesson that she learned. And in the anime, they did reference, and we did actually see kind of that life lesson stick with her. We'll touch on that in a second. So if I backtrack now to the fight between her and Araba, we got to see her grow a lot. We got to see the webs of the plan that she had set for herself, because she did, theorize and think about all the different branches that this fight could go through, considering on all the skills and all the moves that the dragon possessed, which were vast and crazy. I mean, he has a regenerative ability. He has abilities to counter her abilities, right? So her plan going into the fight was not to waste her or his HP. It was to waste his SP, because when monsters in this world hit a SP of 0, like she said during the episode, the monsters die. So she had the plan to focus that, not focus on the HP part. So the battle was epic and amazing, and it was just a joy to watch. I was on the edge of my seat during the whole entire fight, especially when there was a point in the fight to where, Kumiko was starting to get the leg up. She used her eye, she used her rot ability, and she was able to get the leg up. And then suddenly, when she caught Araba in a web, in webs that she had kind of been weaving throughout their back and forth battle, when he finally got caught up, he had a huge blast of fire, and she was like, "Yo, Nani?" And the reason that happened is because he had been banking like 40,000+ points of skill points, and he busted through all of those skill points to defeat her. So, right there, that's the respect that he had for her. Is he had not needed to use those skill points for anything, for any monster, but he did for her. So that was respect for me watching it and being a viewer of it. And he busted through all of that, and he totally caught her off guard, to the point to where she ended up having to go on her last legs. She almost just completely gave up the battle, but she, again, thought through everything that she had been through, and she was like, I am not giving up. I am going to push beyond. And she did. And she ended up using the sloth ability that she had gotten, which is able to not remove, but it's able to degenerate, or it's able to take away from the HP, MP, and SP buckets. And when she hit Araba with that move, like, homeboy was like, he was put down for the count. And that's when their back and forth, or not back and forth, but her dialogue to him began, because he just gave up. At the end of their battle, she ended up disintegrating his butt. She turned him into dust, which was crazy because she had gotten so frustrated with him. She had intended to use like that poison magic that she has, like that black magic she has, but she ended up using a different move, which I'm not sure that they didn't really specifically cover which move that she used. But I assume it's kind of like that same rot ability that she had used on, well, potentially that she, if that's her, she used on like Julius to just basically cause him to just disintegrate, which is crazy because Araba literally went into dust. As the episode came to a close, we were moved back into time forward, and we got to see our favorite baby girl, the Demon Lord. We got to see the Demon Lord with the black hair, and that's kind of when I was talking earlier of like, this emotion that she felt with the fight against Araba was going to carry with her forever, because again, the anime's alluding us or pointing us in the direction of, hey, this is her, which may not be. But now we fast forwarded to this Demon Lord, and she's saying, hey, she's talking to her minion, and she's saying, hey, have you ever fought an Earth Dragon? And this dude's like, that's awesome. No, I never have, but I can't imagine it. And she's just reminiscing during the fight. Now, this whole time, guys, as we are listening to her talk, the camera keeps panning over to the girl in the white. And the last episode, we're like, yo, is this Kumiko the White? And it kept panning over to her. So what I'm starting to begin to theorize, and let me know what you guys think, is I'm starting to think that, the minds, the minds that she has the 4 different minds. And in this episode, she leveled it up to like that super level, the super thought. So I'm thinking that she, throughout her, adventure between now and the next 14, 15 years between where she is currently as this Demon Lord, I'm thinking that she's going to find a way to evolve and for those minds to split. So I'm starting to really think that the Black Demon Lord, the one with the black hair, I'm really starting to think that's her, one of her minds, whether it be the magic mind or whatever. And I'm starting to think that the white, so the girl with the white hair, I'm starting to think that her is also Kumoko as well. So I'm starting to think that they're both kind of 2 peas in the same pod, which leads me then to ask the follow-up question during this theory. And again, I could be completely off base, completely wrong, is where the other 2 minds, is one of them the one that's infecting the classmate, is that also her? Is that a completely different classmate? And then where's the 4th, so my mind's going in a ton of different directions after just that little 3-minute, 2-minute little piece that we got, a little nugget of info that we got during the episode. But again, what a freaking episode, guys. This was an amazing one. I love the fight scene. It was amazing. It had me on the edge of my seat. If you guys want to see what my reaction was during the episode, you guys should go do that. You can see it in the cards above or in the pinned comments below. Next episode is going to be called Yay, the Outside I'm Free, because during the episode we saw her finally break through the barrier and get outside. She was basking into the sun, or she was jumping into the sunlight. So now we get to see our favorite spider out in the real world, and that's going to be crazy. Let me know, guys, now your thoughts, theories, speculations, and everything but spoilers down in the comments below. Make sure you subscribe before you leave. Make sure you like before you leave, because just be a cool person. And, guys, if you guys want to see our full reaction, go ahead and click this video right here. Once it's published, that's our full reaction. The video below it, that's what YouTube says is best for you. So it must be. So go ahead and click that video and queue it up for later, and I'll catch you on the next anime review. Peace.